What's mental health?
He asks all the questions everybody wants to know.
It basically includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-being.
You're driving me half out of my mind, you crazy old coat.
It affects how we think, feel, and act.
Oh my God.
Not just that, mental health helps to determine how we handle stress, and other things as humans. The Mind Clinic, a platform where people can talk about issues directly or indirectly on mental health.
It's Wednesday morning in the FCT. It's time for the Mind Clinic, and it's brought to you proudly by Neem Foundation. And with my co-host on the show this morning, Chinyerugo Densi is live on the program. Good morning.
Morning. Good morning, listeners.
Good morning to you too. How's your night?
It was good.
Okay.
Short but good, like everybody else.
Yeah, and we're hoping that you're still coping with the lockdown and the new norm that we found ourselves in.
Yeah, we're doing all right.
All right, so on the show today, we'll get to look at mental health in relations to men. And this is Men's Month, yeah?
Yes, it is.
Let's talk a bit about that one.
This month.
Yeah, I recall we had celebrated the women in March.
Yes, we did.
And this month, we're celebrating the men all through the month of May. And if you're a man out there, the Neem Foundation loves you. The Mind Clinic, we care about you. To help us with the conversation this morning is a human very passionate about improving the value of life, living, and livelihood through simple, effective, and efficient communication, advocacy, and social intervention. He's skilled in human designs, creative communications, and knowledgeable in management with years of professional experience in developing and executing simple or complex communication and media strategies while developing smart solutions to support organizational goals. He's head corporate communications at NOI Polls Limited. Adedoyin Betiku is our guest on the show. Good morning, Betiku.
Good morning, Victor. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me on the show.
Thank you so much. All right, Chinyere, it's over to you.
It's over to you.
Yes. men's health. You're a clinical psychologist, right?
Yes, I am.
Yes, so usually we have a lot of people who come to seek counseling, seek help, right? Do we have a lot of men also come to seek help?
We actually don't. We don't have a lot of men coming to seek help.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like men do not have any mental health challenge. I think if you look at most researches, all you see women. But there are men actually who also deal with mental health challenges, different mental health challenges.
Yes.
I think in our conversation, we're going to look at some of the reasons why they don't. But they, it's like I like to say, mental health has it's not a respecter of gender. It cuts across everybody, and it cuts across different people. So yes, it's not. Men do have mental health challenges, just like women do have. Perhaps theirs would be a bit more peculiar and different. Presentation. But we tend to all suffer the same thing.
All right, Ade, are you on the line?
Yes, I'm in here.
Okay, so men and mental health in Nigeria, can we give an overview of all of that? We have a lot of men who would tell other men to man up almost all the time, right?
Yeah.
And so it looks like it's a women or a woman thing. So have you had experiences with fellow men, especially here in Nigeria, battling with mental health challenges?
Yes. Before I go to what the data says, personally, I am into mentorship for young men and especially single men. And I noticed that for many of them, the ability to speak up is something that they need to learn. It's something that they need to have as a conscious effort. You have to dig in, you have to be conscious about wanting to listen to them and giving them a safe space for them to be able to express themselves emotionally. Worldwide, even though there are more women, who are reported to suffer depression than men, but men are more likely to die by suicide compared to women. And Nigerian men across the world especially those who grew up with the strong perception that African man no dey cry.
Yes.
They often bottle up their emotions, in this false bravado and thinking that, all is well. But deep down inside them, all is really not well. And the issue with mental health challenges is that it often doesn't come to fore until it has really eaten deep. So for so many people, by the time you're starting to see the physical manifestations of mental health in them, they have been really damaged inside. And statistics show that 1 in 6 Nigerian men suffer one kind of mental health challenge or another. That's an interesting one. 1 in 6 Nigerian men. Yes. Yeah. And you see that this often leads to, them taking up unhealthy ways of dealing with stress, such as smoking, drinking excessively, and compulsive spending. There are many health challenges, mental health challenges that we'll be looking at, as we progress. But I was thinking
Chia, you were saying something?
No, I actually was quite surprised at the data, at the information that 1 in 6 Nigerian men suffer mental health challenges. That's quite interesting.
Yes.
So it's really interesting to know.
And I'm excited that we're having this conversation now because there are a lot of men who are listening, all right? And a lot of men before now who would never believe that they are going through or would never admit, in as much as, yes, they're going through stuff, they'll really never come out to admit in public that, oh, yes, we're battling a depression or we're battling one family issue or the other. And how society has structured, gender roles for men, a lot of responsibility on the shoulder of men, and then sometimes they are weighed down, they are depressed, but no one to talk to. Back to you, Adedoyin. Tell us, what type of mental health challenges do most Nigerian men suffer?
Okay, so I'll quickly pick it up from what you just said. A lot of Nigerian men do not even know that they are suffering from, one kind of mental health challenge or another. A lot of people just think, oh, it's just stress, let me just take another, let me sleep, let me drink, let me smoke, let me hang out with friends, and they are just coping. We have a lot of Nigerian men just coping. So I think that 1 in 6 is really being very conservative. I think the number is much more than that. But again, they still take the challenge that a lot of Nigerian men do not come out to speak. So on the hierarchy of intensity, from the polls that was conducted, when we look at the types of mental health that are particular to Nigerian men, we see that number 1 is anxiety disorder. Now this comes with panic disorder, OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, post-traumatic stress disorder, and generally these disorders tend to manifest in different aspects that are unique to Nigerian men. For instance, most of them deal with this aggravated behaviors. A lot of Nigerians, so also if you go to the state of Lagos, they are always angry. There is a reason, because most of these outward expressions come from inward disorders that people are dealing with and do not even know that this is what it is. Then followed by depression. An estimated 300 million people around the world deal with depression every year. And this is varies from persistent depressive disorder to psychotic depression. All of this, have roles to play in men. You see some men who say they're just thinking about stuff, they cannot sleep, they cannot think, they cannot function at all. You see a lot of them sleeping on the job, and a lot of this comes with the pressure, the societal pressure, the cultural pressure, traditional pressure, family pressure, economic pressure. That is one of the major issues. As we go down, you see some of the reasons, the causes of this mental health issue. Of course, we have bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, and dementia, but on the hierarchy, anxiety disorders and depression are the most frequent types of mental health challenges that Nigerian men face.
All right, let's look at some of the major causes of mental health challenges in Nigerian men.
Yes. So, like I said before, a lot of pressures, are related to this. But, so I'm going to talk about the proven aspect and then what Nigerians think. They are completely different things as we continue with it. So, number one, Nigerians feel that substance abuse is the major cause. However, we see that substance abuse is a coping mechanism for many. So a lot of them have been damaged societally, even as children. So one of the respondents, during this poll, talked about being damaged as a kid, and so what he has seen his father do, what he saw his father do at that time, has become his own normal now. So drinking, beating women, shouting, and the rest, has become his own normal now. So I think he's trying to find help and all. So a lot of Nigerians say substance abuse causes it, but we know that substance abuse is one of the coping mechanisms for other issues that might have come up. Secondly, we're looking at LGBTQ methods. That mental health issues can be passed on from generation to generation, and when someone starts to exemplify certain traits, they believe they start treating, did your father have, did your mother have, anyone in your family. Then funny enough, people think that evil manipulation also causes a mental health issue. Of course, in a certain way, when it comes to Nigerian, especially African culture and religious belief, there is a finding in that, but scientifically, we cannot prove that. Some people also, Nigerians also responded and said, the reward of sin. And, it's still funny, but this is what Nigerians strongly believe in. And we're looking at 33% and 34% respectively, in these cases. But scientifically, we found out that 32% of Nigerians feel that work and our work-life balance, is one of the major causes of mental health issues in Nigeria, followed by finances at 31%, and health, general health at 23%.
All right. So I was reading up a research that was done, and a few people were asked what makes them sad, or what do they really think about, right? That's men between the age of 20 and 30, and at least 70% of them attributed it to money, which is a major problem for men. That all the time a man is thinking, perhaps is thinking about money, 70% of the time. Some others say job, and the others say, sometimes family pressure. There's so much pressure on you as a graduate, you're unemployed, and all of those statistics or all of those details put together. So have you had to discuss with men to find out what are these little challenges that they encounter on a daily basis? But a lot of them, like I said, 70% will tell you money. They always complain about money to meet up responsibility, financial needs, and all that. And then you hear some tell you, I am 32. I don't have a job. I'm supposed to be married. I'm supposed to be this. I'm not supposed to be where I am now. And all of these things put together and makes them very depressed and make them not feel too good with themselves and do not have so much faith and believe in the future. Have you had to meet some people who are battling or having some of these challenges?
Yes. So in the line of my personal work and my professional work, we've met with people who have suffered different variations of causes, for this mental health issue. For most of them, like you rightly said, is based on financial, especially for the men. Now, for the women, it's a little different, but for the men, it's more of financial reason. It's more specific to financial reason. For women, it's more societal. But for men, there is this clear-cut distinction for men. They talk about their finances and also the pressures of the society, of the family, on them being men. So they'll say, as a man, I have to provide for my family. talking about not his own family, but his extended family, maybe his brothers, his sisters, his mom, his dad, and other people. They're also trying to measure up to society is another reason that men tend to suffer a lot of depression, especially when it comes to anxiety disorders and depression. Majority of that comes from the society wanting to match up to their peers, and social influences. Then also followed by internal achievements in life. We conduct a poll from time to time, something called the personal well-being, and it comprises of 7 different chapters. One of which is achievement in life. In the past 4 years, consecutively, that particular bandwidth, has experienced a decline, a steady decline, from 2016 to 2020, it has experienced a steady decline. And majority of these respondents are men. So when women are asked, what is are you satisfied with the level of your achievement in life, most of them are not really, that concerned, but when it comes to men, a lot of them are really concerned, a lot of them have fears, a lot of them express concerns. There was even a time when we conducted the poll and a man was actually crying, saying that I never, now this is his word, he said it in people, I never achieved anything. He said 32. He was 33. He said, I never achieved anything. See my name, they drive this, they drive that.
Exactly.
But, it was a real huge and he broke down and he started crying, while we're interviewing. So for him to have broken down, despite the fact that, with his own bravado and everything, like African men know the cry, he must have hit him deeply, for him to get to that emotional state. And there's a lot of other men who are facing such.
And with all of that said, I strongly believe that some of these men need counselors or psychologists. They need help, right? But there are reasons. I strongly believe as well that there are reasons as to why men do not speak up when they experience mental health challenges. Do you have some of these reasons why men do not speak up?
Yes. So statistics show that 4 in men said that it would take thoughts of suicide and self-harm to compel them to seek professional help. 4 in 10 men, that's 40% of men, said that it would take the thoughts of, so they have to get to that thought of suicide or self-help and self-harm for them to be compelled, to start talking about seeking professional help. And most of the reasons come from, the stigma, the burden of toxic masculinity that we talked about earlier. And 40% said, I have learned to deal with it. 36% said, I don't wish to be a burden to anyone. 29% said, I am too embarrassed to even talk about it. 20% also said, there is a negative stigma around this type of thing. 17% said that I don't want to admit that I need support for help. And 15% said I don't want to appear weak. So a lot of this comes with, the toxic masculinity that I talked about and the stigma also that surrounds men speaking out about their mental health issues. And that means a lot of, even one respondent said that now women talk with that, that men are not supposed to talk about such issues. They are supposed to just man up. And if you look at our Twitter handle, what we anchored the show on was some words that said, the man, why you cry like woman? A lot of men actually experience that kind of reaction, that expression when asking, why they don't want to come up or speak up about their mental health issues.
And then quickly, maybe you talk about it from the emotional angle. We know that our younger men, or perhaps even the older ones, I don't know, might cry sometimes when they experience a heartbreak. It's not really similar to men. It's not popular with men, right? Just like you said, society would ask you to man up. But we see some men, after perhaps few years of a relationship, and the lady says, I'm tired, I want to move on with my life. A few of them are heartbroken. They resort to, alcohol and some of those substances and abuse. And some of us cry, physically, you'd see them cry. And you hear some other men tell them, why are you crying? So let's talk a bit, just little on the emotional angle to men's mental health.
Yeah, so on the emotional aspect, men have been conditioned to bottle up their emotions, and it comes from a long line of thought, which in my opinion, I think is a really toxic mentality, especially knowing that bottled emotions can cause implosion. For some men, they've been taught not to express themselves. In fact, some people actually say, if you're going to cry, okay, maybe not some people, my father, I think this is a little bit more personal now. My father told me that you can cry, but don't let anyone see you cry. So that's the kind of, way that he was brought up and what he told me. But
is it okay for men to cry?
It is absolutely okay. It is absolutely okay. In fact, it is encouraged, because the more men are able to show their emotions, the better it is for them, the more sociable it is for them. If you look at the characteristics of sociopaths, there are people who cannot readily be, that cannot easily be read, emotionally. So you don't know when they're lying or saying the truth, when something is hurting them, when it is not. You see a lot of people, when you hurt them, they tell you something that the scared of people who react don't be scared of people who react when they are angry. Be scared of people who are silent when they're angry. I don't know if you've heard something like that or something in those lines. So it comes from, and these are things that lead to people being sociopaths, people being serial killers, people being suicidal, and the rest. It comes from bottled up, pent up energy, pent up emotions that have not found ways of expression. People just bottling up emotions. There are men walking around now that are going through the hurt of 20, 30, 50 years ago. And because they've not found a place to express themselves, to cry, to seek help, to forgive themselves. Some men still hold on to grudges, for many, many years, and all of that is eating them up. And sadly, it is showing in their reaction, in their behavior, in their behavioral pattern also.
All right, let's relate it to the global pandemic, which is COVID-19. Are there information on the data of mental health of men, especially during this COVID-19 pandemic?
Yes, so in March, 64% of Nigerians expressed concerns, springing from the pandemic. And these concerns vary on different levels of mental health issues. For some of them is anxiety, for some of them is depression. So it differs from severity to severity. However, in April, that number increased from 64% to 86%. That's from 6 in 10 to nearly 9 in 10 Nigerians, expressing concern. In fact, Nigerian men actually expressing concern, expressing their form of mental health, concern, with regards to the pandemic. And 40% of them talk about lack of resources, is what is making them really disconcerted. Of course, there is the fact that a lot of them are locked, seeing this idea that they are locked in, encapsulated in a fixed state, a confined state, and there's also that fear, that comes with it. There's 21% of people who are afraid of dying, who are afraid of contracting this disease and actually dying. 13% are afraid of the economic hardship, post-COVID-19. So a lot of these issues are coming up, especially for men. Now, the reason is very unique for women. But for men, these are the top three, concerns. And you see that at the end of the day, a lot of it still goes back to how men were brought up, to be the provider, to be the go-to person, to be the breadwinners. And when they are not in a position to provide that service, when they are not in a position to be a man in hope, they feel really threatened, and that begins to cause a chain of reaction in their mental psychology.
All right, so well, very well said there. But let's see if we can take a few calls before we wrap up the conversation. I've been speaking to the head corporate communications, NOI Post Limited, that Adedoyin Betiku, and I've got my right hand, shall I say, woman here. That's Chinyere Goldensi. Say that again.
Obviously.
Oh, great then. Great, we're on the same page. We know that. Okay.
I have a question for Betiku.
Okay.
Is there an age difference when it comes to men and the level of the mental health challenges they're experiencing? So is it particular to one age bracket, or does it cut across the ages?
Yeah, so it cuts across the ages in different ways. When it comes to coping mechanisms, when it comes to mental health issues that spring up from societal problems, say like COVID-19, not being able to achieve that achievement in life, and we see the younger generation between 18 to 35 express more concern. But when it comes to financial, work-related issues and the rest, we see people between 36 to 60 express more concern. So it depends on what is really causing, or what you're looking at, what the problem is that you're looking at.
Oh, great. Thank you for that.
All right, then.
Yeah.
Yes, we totally agree that men are not open to talking about mental health challenges. We really do understand that. But one of the things we must also understand is it's okay to speak up. It's not very okay to, bottle up all the time, because this might lead to significant weight loss when you're thinking too much and you're not dieting properly. Insomnia. A lot of people do not sleep at night because they are thinking. Say that again.
Mm-hmm. Yes, weight loss or weight gain.
Oh, weight loss or weight gain.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, so you could actually start emaciating and losing a lot of weight because you can't hold down food, or you can begin to gain a lot of weight because for some, eating excessively is also a coping mechanism for them.
All right. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Please speak up a bit.
Good morning, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Go ahead.
Yes, I suppose I'm on to reading it.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to pick up on the disconnect between science and culture. What is the culture in parenting? The truth of the matter is one of the major challenges that young men face these days. I have to tell you my name, and then it's just one of the major challenges that young men face these days is marrying the wrong partner. Is the fault on both sides. In one favor, marrying the wrong partner is a lot of stress on the psychology of young men. That takes place why before the outbreak of the world pandemic, you go to Japan, see men most times in Japan, making themselves with vision food. On the other hand, men engage in so many artificial activities just because they want to escape from the reality of the challenge they have at home. Also, women who find themselves in the wrong relationship end up having issues, mental health issues, that sometimes is not how they relate with others. So that's not the place to make that connection. There's a whole lot of participation going on at home that starts one form of fetish, one form of diabolism. Even among educated, it's becoming increasingly obvious that very many educated persons are now relying on their body, on fetish things, something somebody call African technology. So on a larger scale, the spectrum of putting so much pressure on people and the mental health challenge goes beyond science and technology.
All right. Thank you so much, Johnson, for being a part of the show and lending a voice to the conversation this morning. Well, there you heard it. He's talking about having a wrong partner. This is also a challenge a lot of young men are facing at this time.
Okay. Yes, and for men, because we've grown a lot of coping mechanism, to reach to that breaking point, it has to come from a lot of, issues. For women, they are more expressive, and so when we do something, they are easy to cry, easy to talk about it, and easy to get over it. But for some men, they tend to compound it, more. And so when they decide to walk out one day, it could be really, really bad. One of the data that we found out during this COVID-19 is that there is a 46% increase in domestic violence. A lot of it coming from new cases, meaning that they not experienced domestic violence before, but due to the pressure, due to not being able to find a way out before, most men will say, I'll probably just go out if I feel some pressure in the home. I'll probably just go out, take a bottle or two or something, but there is no space for that right now. They have to stay in the same home, that they feel threatened in. And that, could be one of the reasons for the increase in domestic violence in Nigeria. Also, looking at there's been an increase in level of pornography too, as a kind of method of coping with this kind of mental issues. We're seeing self-sabotaging social media engagement. This is more particular with women. You're seeing more nudity going on social media now than before. And you're surprised that a lot of them say, because they are bored and all. But I think it takes more than just boredom to express some kind of thing, especially on social media. But we are seeing a lot of it coming during this COVID-19 era.
All right, we must thank you so much, Adedoyin Betiku, for your time on the show. You've been able to establish on the program that different people experience different symptoms of depression, and these symptoms can differ from symptoms for women. All right, and it's very clear that men are more likely to feel very tired and irritable. Perhaps some might lose interest in work, family, hobbies, all of that. So I'm talking to you, our listener now. The next time you feel sad or empty, feeling irritable, angry, hopeless, or anxious, try as much as possible to seek help. And you can do that by sending an email to sanctuary@neemfoundation.org.ng. If you feel very tired of life, right, you have difficulty concentrating, you're having sleeping disturbance, unable to sleep, or you're sleeping too much, you're seeing changes in your eating habits, perhaps you're overeating, or you're not eating at all, you have thoughts of suicide attempts, inability to meet daily responsibilities, it's a simple thing, right? You're not able to call in life on air. I understand and I respect it. So what you can do is send an email to sanctuary@neemfoundation.org.ng or send a text message to 0706 062 5054. Again, 0706 062 5054. Chinyarugo, we're about to wrap up.
I think I would appreciate NY polls. One of the things we lack in Nigeria is data, and it's very important that we get data. And I'm glad that there's somebody out there who is taking data collection very important and necessary. One of the concerns I had when he was talking is the fact that it's a repeated thing where people only come to seek help when the challenges have gotten to the extreme.
Yes.
We don't have to wait for things to get. I know we from day to day we try to manage and cope, but the moment you find that it's becoming overwhelming, and the moment you find that you're not able to deal with it, please reach out. Your psychologist or your therapist is bound by confidentiality to keep all that you say safe, confidential, and have a safe environment for you to speak. So I'd like to encourage you to just reach out, just to have a chat and to talk and just help you. Because at the end of the day, if you're dealing with a mental health challenge, you wouldn't be as productive as you want to be in society. And so then that leaves a cycle of being unable to fulfill the things that you need to do, and it might actually get worse for you. So it's an opportunity to almost take a medication or take a treatment for your mental health challenge. So do reach out. Find someone that you feel a lot more comfortable to talk to and talk to that person, and please seek professional help before it gets to the extreme.
All right, so we don't let it get to the extreme. How often should we seek counseling from a psychologist or therapist?
The moment you begin to feel like things are getting overwhelming and you cannot manage, because remember that at the end of the day, we do have we have the ability to manage and to cope personally on our own. We have different things that we do that are healthy behaviors. However, it can get overwhelming, and the moment you find that things are getting overwhelming, then you should reach out. You should reach out to someone in a professional place to support you. It may not be every time that you need it, but then if the process of your treatment requires steady consultation and steady sessions, then stick to your treatment plan so that it helps you down the line.
All right. We've been speaking with the head of corporate communications, NOI Polls. He's our guest on this week's edition of the show, that Adedoyin Betiku. Thank you so much for being a part of the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right. And Chinyeru Goldensi, clinical psychologist, Neem Foundation. Thank you too.
Thank you, Victor.
My name is Victor.